Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether you're tuning in on the radio dial here in Mississippi, through one of our online affiliates around the world, including our iHeartRadio family. We're glad to have all of you with us as well. I was just saying to our next guest, it's hard to believe, but it was actually July 2016, the last time that he was on the program with us. But Michael Egleton has definitely been busy in that time. We're going to talk to him not only about the music he's been able to create, but also the memories he's been a part of for his audience, as well as for himself as well. If you're just now hearing about Michael, you guys are going to hear not one, but two selections from Michael, and we're going to let you guys know how you can stay connected with him and support his music online. Michael, hello to you, and welcome back to the program.
Hello to you and your listeners.
Hey, man, it is always a pleasure to be able to speak with you. And I think, no matter, the great thing about us is that because we do stay connected through social media, and we'll talk about that for you, I mean, it's hard to believe that it's been almost 2 years since the last time you were on with us. Michael, what has it been like for you, though, as you kind of look at this journey? I mean, when people go to Amazon, let's just say, for instance, and they put in Michael Egleton, there's so much great music that they're able to find there. What has it been like for you to create this music and to be able to see the way that your audience responds to it?
Well, it's been a journey, and you could not have described it better. It's been a journey. It's been a roller coaster. The music comes from the heart. It comes from life, and I love it when the audience reach out to me on social media and on my website and tell me what the music does for them, how it touched them or how it changed them, which is the reason I make music, is to affect the life. Many artists make music for many different reasons. But for me, it's an opportunity to change a life with my life experience. Sometimes people think they're the only ones either going through a situation or their situation is unique in some type of way. But once you hear that, hey, others either have experienced it or are in the middle of it, it kind of gives you a little confidence that you can make it.
Yeah, that's so true. You bring up a really good point. I want to stay with that for a moment because I think motive means so much to any of us, no matter what our profession might be. Do you think because of the motivation behind what you do, Michael, that's one of the reasons why you've had the longevity you've had?
Yeah, motivation. Something, the thing about real music, and I don't mean to discount anyone's music when I say that. When I call real music, is music that is being made out of life and the curves it can throw. It connects. It connects in a way that you wouldn't believe, and it has longevity. You listen to some of the songs from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s that are still playing. That music is still playing because there was something in that music that connected.
Yeah. And that connection is something that your audience definitely feels, I think, or even in the songs we're going to hear today, people will be able to experience that for themselves. So, Michael, take us back a bit. I mean, when did you know that music was that way that you had been given in order to connect with people?
Well, I will say that I've been doing music since I started playing the bongos at 2. And from there, I went to guitar, drums, and then I was a late bloomer on the keys. But my mother played organ, my grandfather played piano. And so when I really realized the seriousness of a gift I was blessed with, I would say I was in my late 20s. And I realized this thing called music and how it reached people, how it could go where words can't go, and how it can change a life, personality, a situation. And I think that's when I realized what the music was. I thought I was taking it serious then, but as I became more mature, I realized that I had been beginning to take it even more serious. As I experience life, I should say. As I experience life and start really running into some adult things, then that's when I really, how can I say, understood what music was all about. And these last 10 years have been an opportunity to share with the listeners and those who tune in.
Right. You know, and I think, too, you talk about experiences, and I think that's what people get when they listen to your music. They're able to be a part of an experience. And when you hear from people, when they tell you that, Michael, that you have been able to capture something for them through music, how does that make you feel to know that you're making that type of a connection?
Oh, it feels, I would like to say it feels great. But even more so, it feels like I've accomplished what I had set out to do. A feeling of completion, what I would call it. A feeling of completion where the circle has been closed. And I often read what people say on the different sites. You get your alerts on having you go and you read and to hear someone say, thank you, I needed that song, or thank you, your music really touched me. Well, that's why I do music. That's exactly why I do music, and it completes the circle.
Well, I tell you, it's something, about the power of music, something that it has the ability to be able to do like very few things. Michael, we're going to talk about that as we listen to some of your music. I'm going to say for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome back recording artist and our friend Michael Egleton to our program today. We're talking to Michael not only about his musical journey, but what it's been like for him to share that journey with all of you and to be able to hear from you guys. I'm going to let you guys know how you can stay connected with Michael. So let's get into the first song, Michael, that being the song Situations. How did this particular song come about?
This song came about, I was writing some of the music to this song, and this new project I've been working on in the queue, you couldn't have told me in a million years it would have taken me this long, but 2017 was one of the worst years of my life. Experienced a lot of loss. And Situations, during a time when I was just reviewing some things in my mind, some still time, I began to think back on relationships and my relationship with my wife, and thought about some real life situations that going on. Then it fell in my mind to grab my pen and paper because I felt some lyrics, some words coming about. And then I began to write the words down because sometimes when I write music, I'll get the music first and I have to wait for the lyrics. So this time the lyrics came, and as I began to pen, I began to write a story. And so after about 3 pages of the story, I pulled out what I wanted to put into the song. And it actually was a situation that happened in my life. And as I wrote the song, I found out that many, whether you're a woman or a man, many have, in the heat of argument, said things they really didn't mean. And, the rest is history. You'll hear this story in the song.
Well, for those who have not had a chance to get it, it is available through our friends at Amazon.com. But here is Situations by recording artist Michael Egleton. We'll be back with more of our conversation with Michael right after this.
I'm in a situation. What should I do? I love her. Had a rough night, had a big fight, said some things that were not right. I'm in a situation. Jumped in my car, went to the bar. Thought about it all, it went too far. I'm in a situation. Sitting on a stool, trying to stay cool. Thinking about it all. It's just a situation. All these things are running around in my head. I just wanna be back in my bed. A situation. I'm in a situation. Feeling some eyes, trying to get wise. Curiosity has got the best of me. I'm in a situation. Looking at that heel, the cat is looking real fat. About to have a situation. What did I do? I'm looking at someone and it ain't you. I got myself a situation. All these things are running around in my head. I just wanna be back in my bed. A situation. I'm in a situation.
Why did I say things I really didn't mean? How do I fix this? I can't lose her. We are all we got. I treated her so bad. Where do we go from here? Will she take me back? I got a situation.
A situation. All these things are running around in my head. I just wanna be back in my bed. I'm in a situation. I got myself in. Hey, it's morning time. It's a bad situation.
That again was Situations by recording artist Michael Egleton. As I said, that music is available for you guys. We're going to remind you of that at the end of the segment, as well as let you guys know how you can stay connected with Michael. Michael, both of us have referenced social media. That's one of the ways that you and I have stayed connected. As you said, it's one of the ways you've been able to stay connected with your fans. Talk to us about that. I mean, that is one of the big changes that's happened in music, right? Especially, I think, in the past 10 years, the way that we're able to communicate with one another. What has that been like for you to have that kind of free-flowing communication with your fans?
I will say this. Social media is the way of the future. And if you're an artist and you have not harnessed it, get somebody who can harness it for you, because that's where everyone connects now. I mean, a presidency was won on social media. Yeah. So it's the way of the future. And it puts you right there. And you're just fingertips away from reaching the fans or saying what you have to say, or like I'm talking to you, and it was through social media. You can develop relationships through social media. And social media and music, I just don't see how an artist can make it today without taking advantage of that.
Right. I'm so glad you said that. I have had individuals, and not just recording artists, Michael, but also actors, authors who have said how much they resisted it, but how much they realized that if they were going to be able to reach their people, they had to do it. I think, that work, and you bring up another great point, and that is, hey, if that's not your thing, make sure you have someone on your team, that can kind of help you with that. Do you think that has been part of the key for you? You're being able to surround yourself with people who are there to help you with things like that.
Oh, yeah. I have a super team working with me. I'm yet with Blue Artists. And I also teamed up with a young lady named Miss Constance Quigley. She is a whiz at this thing because social media, if you're not careful, it will take and consume your day. Okay? And if you're given that much time to social media, you best make sure that the time counts. So I was afraid of it at first, but then as I began to embrace it, it opened up a whole new world to me, and then I realized the things that I really couldn't do to promote myself. So I began to invite different individuals who were savvy in this area and could do the things I could not do. And my Blue Artist team, I've been with them, 7 years maybe or more. And Pierre and the gang over there who control my website also, they make sure this team that I'm with, they are super. They make sure that everything is up to date and at the latest technology. They use the latest technology available. If something new comes out, they're on it. And they control my brand, and it's all because of other people, to be honest with you, that my social media section is doing as well as it is. It could do a lot better, because I also reach out to radio stations through social media also.
Right.
And, it could do a lot better, but, we're still working it. We're still working.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the other side of it, Michael. It is always a work in progress, right? Especially because it evolves, it seems like daily. So I think we are always working on it, and I think that's the big thing. And I think, too, that leads us back to you and the music because, you are a person that does seem as though, who you're always creating. That leads us to the next song we're going to hear, Love Song. Talk to us about that song and how Love Song came about for you.
Well, Love Song, in my home studio, I was putting together some chords and some music, messing around with some things. And I put some tracks together, because on my tracks, I play everything on my tracks through the wizardry of the synthesizer. So I did play bass at one time and guitar like I say it, but I do everything from my keys. And I come up with this music, and as I listened to it, I thought about it. I said, what could I put to this? How would this affect the person? Because I always investigate that area as to how might this affect the person. And then Love Song came, a love song came to mind. So I began to write lyrics about love and the things one would say to make their mate understand exactly how deep their love may run.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know what? This is a song, and we're going to let our audience hear it. Then we're going to talk about when this song's going to be available. I did not see it on Amazon.com. We're going to talk about, though, where our audience can be able to stay connected with you to be able to get the song. But for those that have not had a chance to hear Love Song, here's your opportunity. We'll be back with our final moments with Michael right after this.
Yeah, like a waterfall of love that rains on me. You're like an angel sent from heaven just to see. You know I want you, and it's all that I can do. to keep myself when I'm around you. I think about you every waking day. How I can make you wanna stay in love with me forever and a day. Close the door. Come on, baby, close the door and let's play. You are my life, the reason that I live. You are my being and the reason that I give. My heart is yours. It's yours. It belongs to you. My life, it's yours. It's yours. Don't you know I'll be so true. My body, it's yours. To do as you will. My heart is yours. Don't you see, I love you still.
That again was Love Song by recording artist Michael Egleton. We've been talking to Michael during this segment, not only about his love of music, but also what it's been like for him to be able to share that love with all of you, to be able to share some great messages along the way, and to be able to see the way that you all have been responding. He also shared with us the inspiration behind the single Situations that's available now. So talk to us about Love Song, Michael. Is that a single that is available now, or when would that single be available?
That single will be coming out on my new project, In the Queue.
Okay.
In the Queue is it's in its completion stage, and you know, I've learned not to set particular hardened dates on these projects. Somebody had told me that. They said, Mike, listen, you can't set a hard date. You can talk general roundabout, don't set a hard date. Well, I'm learning. I understand fully what they mean because things come up. Right. But Love Song will be available on In the Queue, which we plan to have out real fast. Matter of fact, the music is done. There are just some little technical things that producers do to get a song finalized that we're doing to make sure it's best when it's offered to the listener.
Yeah. Well, it gives us something to look forward to. We're going to let our audience know how they can stay connected with you, Michael. I want to talk about one more aspect of music before we let you go, though, and that is being a source of inspiration for other people. There's nothing like being able to pay it forward, just like you were inspired by other artists. Talk to us about that experience of being a source of inspiration for up-and-coming artists as well.
Yeah, you got to give back. You got to give back. You cannot run to your corner, stay, put a wall up, and all of these things. You have to give back, because I look at it as somebody imparted to me. Somebody took time. They didn't have to. They just maybe saw something in me or heard something in the music where it inspired them and they wanted to help. And I run into that quite often. Like here in Akron, Ohio, I talk to a lot of up-and-coming musicians, up-and-coming artists. They ask me, well, how did you do this? How did you do that with it? And it's really refreshing to speak with them, and I'm not one to hold back or try to, I'm going to give you this much and what have you, and you go do the rest. I'm not that type of person. I tell them when I talk to them, I'll tell you everything I know, and I'll give you any contacts or anything I have come up with over my journey. I will give it to you. And then, you know, you will have to put in the work. I can't do the work for you, but you will have to put in the work. But You have to. These young artists are hungry. They are hungry. And these young artists are great. They put pressure on the old man. I'm telling you, they are great. But if they're not heard, you know, a lot of our radio stations, you know, back in the day before digital and all this, you know, you could hear some unique music. Radio stations was hungry for the music. And, you know, you could be in Mississippi, hear something that's not played up in Ohio, you know.
Right.
But today, you know, that thing of radio and getting it out there on the radio will inspire other young artists, because I try to learn from everything, and even in talking to these young artists I get an opportunity to speak with, I try to even learn from them, even though I know they're talking to me as to what they can glean from what I'm saying. I even try to learn from them. So, you know, it's a give and take and a take and give situation. But I love, it's so refreshing.
Well, I know they appreciate that opportunity, and I know your fans appreciate being able to stay connected with you not only in person, Michael, but also online as well. Again, everyone, Michael Egleton has been our guest. Another great conversation with you, Michael. You know, a half hour never seems like long enough when it comes to friends, right? I mean, you know, I think, you know, that's the great thing about having conversations like this. We can easily pick back up where we are. As we mentioned earlier, Situations is available now. The single Love Song you guys heard an early listen to it. It's off of Michael's upcoming release, so definitely look forward to that. So, Michael, that leads us to this. How can our audience stay connected with you?
You can stay connected with me at my website, www.michaelegleton.com, or you can reach me at www.michaelegletonmusic.com. That's my page with Reverb Nation. Go hit me there, play the music. We're working hard to make number one there. We're close, but we still have some work to do. We're working very hard to be number one there. And if you can, hit me up on www.music.com. Play the songs, and all my social pages are there, Facebook. And like I tell everyone, hit me up. I will answer back. It might take a little time, but I will answer back. That's what I do in the evening, sit down and answer back to people for a certain amount of time, or as long as I can take it. I sit there and I try to answer people back and let them know that I do see you and I am paying attention to what you're saying.
Wow. Well, I tell you, it's a great opportunity that they had to be able to stay connected with you, Michael, and we really appreciate this opportunity as well. And then, look, it goes without saying, you are welcome back here anytime. Looking forward to our next conversation together.
Thank you. You know, I want to say to you, Cyrus, for the world to hear, man, you are my friend. You have proven yourself to be a friend, you know, and I just, when I heard we were going to be talking again, and as we have talked, it's just like yesterday. Like yesterday. So I want to say, you know, much love from this way. Much love from this way. Much love. And we do keep up with you, and I brag about you all the time. I got a friend named Cyrus Webb. Okay?
I
tell him all the time.
Look, I appreciate that support, and you know, look, I feel the same way. Much love and respect to you, Michael. Looking forward to all the great things coming ahead, and definitely looking forward to our next conversation.
Me too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. You all make it a great one.